The pounding on Hannah's front door hit like thunder. Bam bam bam. I skidded my truck to a stop in the driveway, heart slamming against my ribs so hard I could taste metal in my mouth. What the hell was happening? It was barely 9 in the morning and already the whole street felt like it was about to explode. There she was, Karen Whitaker, the HOA president who acted like she owned every blade of grass in the neighborhood. Her face was beet red, spit flying as she screamed through the screen door. "Open up right now. Hannah, I know you're hiding in there with that illegal eyesore in your yard." Her sidekick Lisa stood right beside her, arms crossed, nodding like a trained dog. My little sister Hannah backed against the doorframe, shoulders shaking, tears already cutting clean lines down her cheeks. She looked so small. The same Hannah who had lost her job 3 months ago and poured every last ounce of hope into that tiny flower bed out front. The one she said kept her breathing when the world felt too heavy. I slammed my truck door and ran. Grass crunched under my boots. The hot sun beat down on my neck. "Karen, back the hell off my sister," I shouted, voice cracking with the rage that had been building since I first heard the yelling from down the block. Karen spun on me, eyes narrow and mean. "Oh look, Big Brother to the rescue. Your sister is in violation of 3 separate covenants. Those flowers destroy the uniform look of our community. Tear them out now or I start fining her $500 a day. Every single day." She jabbed her fingers so close to Hannah's face I thought she might actually poke her. Hannah's voice came out tiny and broken. "Please, it's just a few flowers for the bees. After everything, it's the only thing that still feels good." A shaky sigh slipped out of her. I could smell the fresh dirt and sweet petals mixing with Karen's thick perfume that always made my stomach turn. The air felt electric, like right before a lightning strike. Neighbors' doors started creaking open. Mr. from next door stepped out first, wiping grease from his hands on an old rag, his jaw set tight. "What in God's name is all this screaming? You leave that girl alone. She's hurting no one." "Mrs." across the street, phone already up and recording. "I have had it with you, Karen.
We all have.
You pick on the quiet ones. You targeted the Johnsons last Christmas. You find Mr. Ellis for his flag. And now you're at Hannah's door like some kind of bully with a clipboard." Karen laughed, but it sounded forced. "This is HOA business. You people signed the papers. Rules are rules." Mr. stepped closer, voice low and steady but carrying that edge that made everyone listen. "Rules? Or your personal little power trip? I walked past your backyard last week. That shed you slapped up without permits? Twice the size the covenants allow. And those weeds? Taller than Hannah's flowers ever dreamed of being." The words landed like a slap. Lisa shifted uncomfortably. Karen's mouth opened, then opened again. That's completely different. I was going to fix it. Mrs. Phone higher. "Want to see the photos I took? Or should we show the whole neighborhood how you ignored your own rules while you harass a woman who just wants a few damn flowers?" I stood right beside Hannah now, my arm around her trembling shoulders. I could feel her heartbeat racing against my side. The sun glared off the violation papers Karen still clutched like a weapon. A light breeze carried the scent of cut grass and warm pavement. But all I could focus on was the way my sister's breath hitched every few seconds. More neighbors spilled out. Voices rose. Someone yelled, "We're done with this." Another called, "Emergency meeting tonight. Karen. Right now." The tension snapped higher, thicker, like the whole block had been holding its breath for years and finally let it out. Karen tried one last desperate move. She lunged toward the flower bed, heels sinking into the dirt, fingers reaching for the bright blooms like she was going to rip them out with her bare hands. "I'll do it myself if I have to." Mr. moved faster than I expected for a man his age. He stepped right in front of her. Touch one pedal and I call the county right now. This crossed the line into harassment a long time ago. Karen froze. Her face went from red to pale. For the first time, real fear flickered in her eyes. The crowd closed in. Phones up. Voices steady and united. She backed up, stumbling over her own feet. Papers fluttering to the ground. Lisa muttered something and slipped away without another word. That evening the neighborhood packed the community hall. Evidence flew.
Photos.
Timestamps. Signed complaints going back 2 years. Karen sat at the front table, hands folded so tight her knuckles were white. When the vote came, it was unanimous. She was out. Not just out as president, but the board reviewed her own property on the spot and hit her with every back fine they could legally stack. Over $12,000. The look on her face when they read the total, I'll never forget it.
Bitter. Broken.
She tried to argue, voice cracking, but no one listened.
Not anymore.
2 months later Karen's for sale sign went up. She left in the middle of the night. Moving truck gone before sunrise. Reputation ruined in every group chat and front porch conversation from here to the end of the block. Hannah's flower bed is bigger now.
Brighter.
Bees hum around it every single morning. We sit on her porch some evenings. The scent of roses thick in the warm air. And she doesn't sigh the sad way anymore. She smiles. I squeeze her shoulder and tell her the same thing every time. We don't let bullies win. Not in our neighborhood. Not ever. Because when good people finally stand up, when neighbors step in quickly, the Karens of the world don't just lose. They learn, the hard way, that the power they thought they had was never real to begin with. Justice isn't loud. It's steady. It's a whole street deciding enough is enough. And it always comes through.